He is putting you in His lineage. He is lining you up in His bloodline. He's made you His son, His daughter. It is because of Him and Him alone that you are worthy. The Word says that you are a royal priesthood. I want you to pat yourself and say, go, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah, that's me. Come on, some of y'all just I'm not going to say you're rebellious, but you're acting like somebody like that. Or put you in that box. But come on, everybody just say, that's me.
That's me.
All right, some of y'all just going to be that way. All right. Everybody into this room, just get it down. It's all right. 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. If you have your Bible, flip there real quick. 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 9 and 10. If you don't have this marked down, you need to mark this down. This is a very familiar passage, but it's a very good passage. In case somebody's calling you bone breaking, you're thinking, what am I going to do for a living? You got to know that there's something more in you than who you were born from. And I truly believe, I read this, but let me just tell you from my heart, I truly believe that God is raising up ministers. And when I say ministers, I don't necessarily mean stand up here like I do on a Sunday morning, but people that will go out on the street maybe stand up here, I don't know. But ministers, God is raising up people to be used in the fivefold ministry of the kingdom of heaven that have no ministry training whatsoever in their life. That they can't look back, well, my grandma was a minister, my grandpa was this, and so-and-so was on the deacon board. I'm talking about people that ain't never been to church. I believe God is raising up inside of them that call to be used in the kingdom of God. Some inside of a building, some outside of a building, some in a homeless shelter, some in a hospital where you're working. But you've got to begin to believe and see and hear what God says about you, or you'll just be that person that they called you in elementary school.
Right on.
1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. The New King James says, but you are a chosen generation. Everybody go, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
A royal priesthood. Say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we got royalty right up here. That's right, you're related to it. I know about you. Yeah, I know. I'm on Facebook, I saw it. A holy nation. Say, I'm holy. How many of you feel holy? Do you feel holy? I don't really most of the time. We got stupid us. I do commit a trick question there. Some days, can I be honest? I'm alive, I'm human. I blow it, I make mistakes. There's days that I don't feel holy. There's days that I'm praying and I'm thinking ain't nothing happening. I'm thinking, oh, what is going on? I'm praying. Hello, is anybody up there? I'm just like you, okay? There's a lot of times that it just feels like nothing's happening. But when I read a verse like this, then I start speaking what God says about me. He doesn't say that because you know how it is when you come to church and you messed up on the weekend and you get to church on Sunday and Alex goes, everybody raise your hands. You're like, oh, dude, I can't raise my hands. I know what I did yesterday. Can I tell you what's going on? The devil doesn't want you to. He doesn't want you to do what God says because God says you're holy. So, well, I can't be holy because of look at what I did. It has nothing to do about what you did. It's all about what He did on the cross. It is His work, Him dying for you, that makes you holy. So you are holy. I don't care if you got a needle sticking in your arm. You're holy. Why? Because God says it. He's not saying you're holy at that moment, but He's speaking to your future. He's speaking to the man or woman that you could be, because He's got a purpose and a plan. Man, spit will fly everywhere. He's got a destiny for you. It just happens. I don't know. He has a supernatural destiny for your life. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's laughing. That's like the fourth thing. A chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. Listen to this. His own special people. My sister had a club in the closet when I was a kid. I know it sounds funny. Anyway, this before the whole closet thing, okay? That's just one place you can have a club when you're like 8. You know, she had a club in the closet where she had little Barbie dolls and all this kind of stuff. And I was forbidden to be in the special club. Could not. Because when I see Barbies, I want to rip their heads off and snap their little legs and go, how come she's like this all the time? You know, why is she walking? I just didn't understand it. You know, so I was not allowed to be in the special club. Anybody ever had friends that they had the club and you didn't make it? Maybe they had the tree house or whatever it was, and you just weren't, for whatever reason, you just didn't look right. You know what? Maybe you were a boy, you should have been a girl, whatever. But you weren't. Can I tell you something? God has a special club too, and guess what? You're in it.
Amen.
Woo! Come on! Let me tell you that again. God has a special club, and you're in it. I don't care about the neighbor's special club. It ain't last week. He's the bee's knees, okay? His own special people. Why? That you may proclaim the praises of Him who called you, listen to this, He called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. How did He get you out of darkness? Becky, what He did is He went to you and He goes, you're never going to change. That's what He said. You're always going to mess up. That works right. No, see, that's not what He did. She didn't look at you and go, dude, man, you're just going to do drugs forever.
That's right.
That's not what He said. Right? He didn't go to you and go, you're just a loser, man. You're not ever going to change. That's not what He said. No. He called you out of His marvelous light. I don't come to somebody that's calling me names.
Right on.
If I'm walking down the street and I'm 10 years old, and someone's calling me names, I'm running the other way.
Come on. I
don't go to people who's calling me names. Unless it's my mom, she told me what she wants to, but that old supper's going to be good. That's all right. But you don't go to people who's calling. If He says, I'm calling you out of darkness, what's He saying? He said, Becky, you can make it. You can do it, bro. You're awesome. Cheech, I'm applauding you. You can make it. Man, you're going to see great things. Brad, you're not a loser. I don't care what Gary said. You're going to make it. See, that's what calls you out. It's like a sale at the mall, girls. Yeah. They send out those little cards. 10% off. They're calling you. Got your name on it. Leslie Burkins. 10%. I'm like, Leslie, you're going to spend more in gas. And that 10% is going to get you. But it's like it's a special invitation. Did the ladies ever y'all get this thing? Special invitation only. You're in the special invitation only club. Sometimes they'll even open the store like 30 minutes early. Yeah, because the special people. Let me help you, ladies. If it says buy one, get one half off, it's only 25% off. It's not that much. I don't know what the deal is. People lining up to buy stuff on tax-free weekend. It's like 7%. Guys, we ain't showing up at 10% off. If it ain't 80% off, ain't even going.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, that's special. I'll look at shirts and pants. If it's like 75% off and up, then it's worth my while. Because that's what's calling my name. Let me ask you something. What's calling your name? How easy is it for the devil to just call your name to get your attention? See, sometimes after we've heard it for so long, we just go the path of least resistance. That's just which way. Here it is. That's who I am. It's just who I am. The message, same verse, 1 Peter 2. But you are the ones chosen by God. Chosen. This is not written to just the priest, but it says chosen for the high calling of priestly work. Chosen to be a holy people. Chosen to be God's instrument to do His work and speak for Him. He's looked at you and said, you can speak for me.
Right on.
That's why Ezekiel sat beside you. Because you spoke. You said what God said. He chose you to do that. Where am I at? To speak for Him, to tell others of the night and day difference He's made for you. From nothing to something. Listen to this. From rejected to accepted. See, the devil will tell you all the time, you're rejected. God hates you. You're not in a special club. But God says, you're accepted. You're on my side. You're on my team. See, I used to trick teenagers with this all the time and say, I'd say, why does God love you? And they'd give me all this, well, look at me. I mean, hello. I'm nice. I get good grades at school. Some of them were smart enough and they would realize that there's really no reason. So let me ask you, why does God love you? See, there's nothing you can raise your hand and point to and say, because of this. There's nothing. On your greatest day, you are unworthy of His love. But He loves you. See, that's what true love is. It's not based on you. It's based on the lover. based on, it's like an arrow shooting right at you. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It's going to pierce your heart because He loves you. It's a story in the New Testament. Taking way too much time, but anyway. Luke chapter 1. Go ahead and flip to Luke chapter 1. Let me give you a couple of verses here. Luke chapter 1 is the story of Jesus and Mary and the angel visiting. And there's kind of a sub-story in there of Elizabeth and Zechariah, who was a priest. And Elizabeth and Zechariah were old. They were old in years. Zechariah was a priest. And one day he's at the temple and he's praying. And he's praying for a son. And he's kind of like Abraham. He's beyond the age to have kids. So his label was too late for you. His label was you missed it. His label was impossible. Because he was too old. He couldn't have any kids. His wife's label was barren. She couldn't have children. It wasn't just because of her age. That was a huge factor at this point. But she had never had kids. She didn't fit in the special kid club. She didn't go Chuck E. Cheese with everybody. Everybody else would Chuck E. Cheese with her kid. And she's like, I don't have any kids. She's in that club of never having enough. Of never fitting in. Every other lady around her had a baby. She didn't fit in. She was labeled. In the Old Testament, New Testament times, if you were a man and woman and you were married and you didn't have kids, it was thought that you were cursed by God. It was thought, even though you might have acted perfect on the outside, it was thought that there was some reason that God wasn't favoring you with children and there was something wrong with you. That was the club they were in. That's where they belonged. Some of you felt that way. You've come to church, and maybe, hopefully not here, but you've come to church maybe in your past and you walked in and you didn't feel like everybody else. Everybody's going to high five and hug, and you're kind of off in the corner, and people are looking at you like, where'd you come from? And maybe you need to find that rock and crawl back under it. You don't fit in. And once years ago, we were doing a youth rally, and I was needing somebody to take up the offering, and we got these other churches involved, and the guy that was supposed to do the offering wasn't there, and there was some bikers that were there. This guy looked big and strong, and I knew no one was going to steal the money from him, so I gave him the job of taking up the offering. Next youth rally we had his whole biker gang showed up. And he told me, he goes, I was just shocked that you even talked to me. Because usually when I go to church, no one even talks to me, or they send me out the door, and you gave me the offering bucket. See, it's just a matter of seeing beyond the shell, seeing beyond the category, seeing beyond the name. This guy, John the Baptist, who we're talking about, his dad, he's praying. Angel speaks to him. God reveals to him he's going to have a child. And he begins to argue with God. Remind God of the category he's in. Well, God, I can't because I'm old. That's what everybody says about me. I'm past it. It's too late for me. So he begins to argue with God, and God does what he should do for most of us. God makes it where he can't talk anymore. God helped him. He said, I said that to you all the time. Let me help you with something. What I'm really going to do is I'm going to stomp on your toe. That's what I really mean by that. And that's what God said to him. Let me help you. Let me help you. Because see, God didn't want him to say something that God wasn't saying. God said he's going to have a son. God said that this son is going to be born and be full with the Holy Ghost. That this boy is going to be a joy to his nation. And then, you've got to read the whole thing anyway. God gave him all these things, and the first thing Zechariah did is he starts arguing with God. He starts reminding God of the category he's in. Let me tell you something. God has got a plan for your life. He's got a destiny and a purpose for your life. And if you can't begin to say what God says, it might be good if you didn't say nothing at all. And especially when it's talking about other people, what's the old saying? This one's actually right. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. That's actually a good one. It didn't rhyme as good as the other one. That's the truth. If you can't say something nice, you need to zip your lip and throw away the key. Don't come to me and tell me about what so-and-so did and how you can't believe this, and I thought they were all this in the church, and because I'm going to look right you in the face and I say, well, what about what you're doing? You're gossiping. But then I probably shouldn't say that because I'm supposed to say what God says.